The following is a feature presentation of our nation's sports show. Tonight, on the nation's sports show, we recap Super Bowl 60 from Levi Stadium between the Seattle Seahawks and the New England Patriots. Seattle got sweet revenge from their loss against New England from 11 years ago in Super Bowl 49, courtesy of their swarming defense, nicknamed the Dark Side. All game long, the Seahawks defense was Drake May's kryptonite. Tonight, we also bring to you the latest breaking news in the NFL, plus the NBA's trade deadline for 2026 has come and gone. Some of the top players that were on the trading block stay put for now. Plus, we bring to you our top 5 sports moments from 2025 and so much more. It's showtime.
Good up to the court, talking all that is sport, breaking down the latest news, scores, and more. Welcome to our Nation Sports Show.
Hello. We are here live regardless. What's going on, everybody? Hope you are having a wonderful Tuesday. It is Ezra Vickery, and we are here with our Nation Sports Show. The only show dedicated to all things sports, a little bit of pro wrestling and some music in between. And we got a fair amount to talk to you tonight, mainly, of course, about the big game, Super Bowl Sunday. Trust me, we're going to get deep into that. That's what she said. And we're also going to talk about, of course, everything else that went off in the NFL. And MMA fighters weren't the only one fighting over the past few weeks. We're going to get into the NBA, where we had a couple of brawls take place, including one involving a team that's known for a legendary brawl in its own right. We're going to discuss that. We're going to get into a lot of different other things in the world of sports, MLB news concerning concerning the advancement of teams and buildings, including who's in the running and who's not. We're going to get into all of that. But first, the way you can interact with us is currently, of course, on X and, of course, on Facebook and on YouTube at _sports show. And YouTube is live right now. Get into the comments, get into the chat. We'd love to hear from you guys. So let us know if you got any thoughts on tonight's show, thoughts on everything that's going on. So let's go ahead and introduce the man of the hour, too sweet to be sour. The man is from North Carolina, and he's always rocking, but never with docking. And this time, unfortunately, we are alone again. This is Stephen Wyand.
Yes. We are here. We are live. We are here to talk all things sports, a little rock and roll, a little pro wrestling. You never know what we're going to get into. And as Ezra brought up, there were some fights that went on not just in the world of MMA, but there was also a little bit of brawls in the NBA, if you will. And we'll get into that and everything in between. And let's do this.
Oh, yeah. If you notice why I'm taking breaks, it's because I'm eating fucking Tic Tacs. That way, there's no smell-o-vision in the show. But we're going to start off, unfortunately, with some sad news in the world of the NFL. And this came down, I believe it was today or yesterday. And that was actually, yeah, yesterday. And that was Lions legend Tracy Scroggins, who played his entire 10-year career in Detroit. Unfortunately, passed away I believe at the age of 46 or 47 years old.
Wow.
Yep. It is right now. As of right now, I do not see a cause of death at this point. Obviously, this has been fresh in people's minds, and this is sad for Detroit Lions fans and NFL fans all over the world, especially coming off especially coming off with a good Super Bowl that we had. Definitely want to send our condolences and prayers to the family and friends of Tracy Scroggins and fans as well. Definitely a loss in the world of the NFL. And also, we want to go outside the vein of the world of sports, and we want to hit up the world of music real quick, and we want to send our condolences, our well wishes, and our thoughts and prayers to the family and friends of founding member, songwriter, occasional drummer of Three Doors Down, Brad Arnold. Brad Arnold was just 47 years old when he passed away a few days ago from cancer. He had been battling a cancer that metastasized into his lungs and unfortunately was inoperable, and he passed away a few days ago. He's been in Three Doors Down since the very beginning. He's their lead singer, guy who helped write one of the biggest hits at 15 years old back when he was in high school. He wrote a song called Kryptonite, which would eventually be the mega hit off of their debut album, The Better Life. He would go on to write songs like Let Me Go, Here Without You, It's Not My Time, and many, many others. His band was a post grunge staple on rock radio stations. Stations like here, Q101 in Chicago, would play Three Doors Down relentlessly, and the band was still even having big, not super big tours. But this band was still one of, if not one of the best bands from that era. Guy had an amazing voice, truly one of the standard bearers of, I know, my teenage years and my preteen years growing up. I was only maybe 9 years old, 10 years old when Kryptonite had first came out, and around that time. And then, of course, there was the Now That's What I Call Music Volume 5 CD, which introduced me to Three Doors Down. So it was a very, very big, it's a big loss in the world of rock and roll. And we definitely want to send all of our wishes and prayers and condolences to the family, friends, bandmates, and fans of Brad Arnold. So rest in
Absolutely. I
peace.
mean, it's a big loss, and it's crazy because this guy was just one of the best songwriters of our time and of our generation. And when you look at the way he wrote songs, like he wrote songs that connected with people like us on a personal level, and he wrote about real things and real life experiences, and just the way he just wrote his songs, and it was from the heart, no matter if it was good things or bad things or addiction or whatever, what have you. I mean, and fortunately for the man, he was clean and sober, for close to a decade from alcohol, and he was an amazing musician. He seemed like a really nice guy, and everybody in the industry, from Mark Tremonti and the guys in Creed and Alter Bridge and LeJon Witherspoon and the guys in Seven Dust. I mean, they grew up with the guy, and Chris Daughtry grew up with them. I mean, and countless other bands. I mean, I've been at festivals where Three Doors Down has played, and I was fortunate enough to go to the last tour that Three Doors Down did with Creed in 24, and still at the top of his game, just killing it. And during that tour, they played a song that was yet to be recorded. And
I don't know if that song was recorded. I imagine it was because it seemed like the song was already completed. But you just never know how many songs were in the in the can from Brad, because I mean we know bands and musicians that have a ton of material that is in the vault that goes unreleased, and who knows if we'll see any of these songs make the light of day, because I mean we don't know how many other songs were in the can for Brad and Three Doors Down, and it's a big loss. And a lot of people don't know, and you pointed out, you know when you started talking about Brad, that he was also a drummer, and he played drums on Three Doors Down's debut album, and he was a great drummer. I mean, and what made him great is also the fact that he was a great singer. And I honestly think he could have kept playing drums and singing if he wanted to. But as we all know, drumming is a very physical gig. And Brad stepped from behind the kit and permanently in front of the microphone. And just what a great guy, what a great songwriter. We send our thoughts, our prayers, our condolences to Brad Arnold, to his family, to his friends, and to those that knew him and loved him the most. And thank you for the great music, and his legacy and his band's music will live on in our hearts and our mind forever.
Yes, definitely. And to lighten things up about everything is, I just found out this is and if you're fans of anime like some of us are, and especially a certain anime that debuted on Toonami Cartoon Network many years ago called, I don't know, Dragon Ball Z. You were around to watch that. Does anybody notice that Android 17 looks like a current wrestler in the WWE? I will announce his name. Kid Wilson. Kid Wilson. By the way, that gimmick's getting over with me now, so oh great.
Maybe Android 17 saw into the future. Just saying.
Yeah, and Android 17, that's why he's hurting people, because he thinks they're toxic.
Uh,
There you go.
Hilarious.
All right, let's get into it, man. It's a lot to get into. Let's go into the NBA. And the reason why we're going into the NBA is obviously All-Star break is going to be coming up, I believe, this weekend, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, the All-Star break is this week, heading into Los Angeles.
All right, cool. Well, the big thing is, it wasn't about the games, it was about the things that happened in the game. And one of the biggest things there was let's just say a scrimmage, okay, let's be honest, it was a pure six brawl. It was like if freaking Stone Cold Steve Austin came out and started whooping everybody's ass with a chair and it's stunning them. And I'm talking about Isaiah Stewart, and I forget the guy's name. I think his name is Nolan Guille, or whatever his name is.
Yeah,
This guy, those two ended up getting into it, and a big overall started between the benches where they nearly cleared. Isaiah Stewart, of course, is a repeat offender of brawls, known most likely for his brawl with LeBron James. But once again, a fight broke out. Four players were ejected, and the head coach of the Charlotte Hornets, Charles Lee. New Orleans Charlotte Hornets, who the fuck cares? Charles Lee was ejected from the game. Once again, no, it's crazy. We're going to see how many people get suspended, how many fines are handed out. Of course, the biggest one is going to be watching Isaiah Stewart, because obviously with him being a repeat offender, it's going to be interesting to see how long he's going to be out.
yeah, definitely. It's going to be very interesting to see what happens with these suspensions, because I mean, just when you thought the brawl was dying down, and then Miles Bridges got things going again. I mean, it was insane. I mean, And the Pistons are no strangers to Pure Six brawls. Obviously, 22 years ago, the infamous fight with the Indiana Pacers at the Malice at the Palace. And somebody wrote in the comments last night, where was Ron Artest and Rasheed Wallace when you needed them? I mean, it was crazy last night. I mean, and the Pistons are one of the hottest teams in the NBA right now. I mean, and we talked about this from time to time on the show, but who would have thought that Detroit would go from being one of the laughing stocks of the NBA to now one of the best teams in the NBA? And the Charlotte Hornets, give them credit too. They had at one point just last week, they had an 8-game winning streak. And it was insane. So but a little Pier 6 brawl had to make things get off the tracks a little bit last night. So, yeah, I would imagine there's going to be lengthy suspensions handed down. I think Bridges is going to get hit deep in the pockets. I think Stewart's going to definitely get hit deep in the pockets because that literally looked like an interference in a wrestling match or just running into the ring and just clearing everybody out like you said, like Stone Cold with a chair. It was madness last night.
I agree. I don't think it's just he's going to get hit in the wallet. I think he's also going to be sitting on the bench for a while.
Oh yeah,
I think he's going to end up be serving some time on the bench because I don't think they're going to let him back on the court for a while because of him being a repeat offender.
I would say, okay, so they're about to hit the halfway mark later this week. I would not be surprised if he gets suspended 30 to 30 to 35 games.
I think he'll get suspended 20 to 25. I think he'll get suspended a little bit less because they don't want him.
And the reason why I said 35 is because obviously the team's making the playoffs. And if that happens, then that's going to hit deep into his pockets into the postseason.
Yeah. Here's what I'm going to do. As we know, the trade deadline has come and gone. I'm not going to go through every single trade because it would take up the rest of the show. I'm just going to go through some of the trades, just a couple. Obviously, one of the bigger ones we kind of thought was coming was Anthony Davis. He got traded from the Dallas Mavericks alongside Jaden Hardy, D'Angelo Russell, and Dante Exum to the Wizards for Chris Middleton, AJ Johnson, Malachi Branham, and Marvin Bagley III, 2 first-round picks, and 3 second-rounders.
And also of note, last week when that trade went down for Davis to Washington, that happened around the same time frame as the infamous trade last year from the week of Super Bowl 59 when him and Luka were traded respectively from the Lakers and the Mavericks, to their respective organizations. And obviously Luka is still with LA and Anthony Davis is now once again on the move. And this trade is a lose-lose for both teams because this trade shouldn't have happened because Luka should still be in Dallas. Anthony Davis, okay, you can make the argument maybe he could still be in LA, maybe because when him and LeBron, were together and they were healthy, they were very dominant still. But when you look at this trade as a whole, it is a lose-lose for all parties involved. And obviously Anthony Davis was probably the biggest name of the day, or of the week, I should say, that was traded, as far as the biggest name. But obviously, like you said, there were still some other trades that went down as well.
Yeah, and one of the other big trades that happened was this one, and this one was that the Clippers sent James Harden to the Cleveland Cavaliers for Darius Garland and a second-round pick.
Now, this trade is very interesting because on paper, this is a bad move by the Clippers to send Harden to Cleveland.
And on paper for Cleveland, this is a great trade because this benefits Donovan Mitchell. Donovan Mitchell is one of the best pure scorers in the NBA today. And now he has a sidekick. But if you're the Clippers, the hell are you doing? You're trading away one of your best offensive pieces in Harden. And Harden is going to benefit from this because he can throw the ball around the court and make his teammates better because that's what he's turned into as an all-around point guard. And he's posting triple-double numbers, and no matter what team he's been with, whether it was the Rockets or obviously his stints with the Clippers, when you look at what Harden has or Philadelphia, I mean, what he has in and the Nets, what he has involved into is a player that makes other people around him better, no matter what team he's played for. So no matter where Harden goes, I think this benefits the team that he goes to, which in this case is Cleveland, because Cleveland needs all the offensive muscle that they can have. And Garden, he's a good player, but he can't stay healthy. I mean, for Cleveland, a year ago, he was out for a significant amount of time with a toe injury against the Pacers. And when he was healthy, he was very, very good and very productive for Cleveland on the offense. But as we all know, in the world of sports, when injuries hamper your playing and not being able to stay on the court, the field, what have you, the production is going to go down, whether it's individually or as a whole team. And it's going to be very interesting to see in the long run how far is Cleveland going to go. But the Clippers, there's no questions where they're going, down to the four corners of the basement. Because Kawhi Leonard is the only one that is Mr. Reliable on that team anymore. And if Kawhi Leonard gets traded from the Clippers to anywhere or leaves in the offseason, they are done.
Yeah, I can definitely agree with that. Harden is it's a lesser of, Darius Garland's pretty good. I've seen him play a couple times. He's really, really good. Harden, when he's healthy, he's still one of the best shooters in the game. There's no doubt.
That step back jumper is just a thing of beauty.
It's a deadly weapon of his, and it'll still be that way. Some of the other trades that happened we could talk about. Jared McCain from the Sixers went to Oklahoma City Thunder for a 2026 Rockets first-round pick and 3 second-round picks.
And that's the last thing the Thunder need is more weaponry because the Thunder right now are still strong.
Well, it does help that because right now with SGA currently out with an abdominal injury until after the All-Star break.
Yeah.
So,
but the Thunder right now are, for the most part, firing on all cylinders. When they're healthy, they are the best basketball team, right now. And I think they're going to be tough to beat in the Western Conference. And if they make it to the NBA Finals for a second straight year in a row, it's going to be hard to beat Gilgeous-Alexander and company. Because, again, when they're firing on all cylinders, they are one unified unit.
Yep. And then let's talk about this wild fucking trade. The Bulls sending Colby White, and after they got him in a trade, Mike Conley Jr. to the Charlotte Hornets for Colin Sexton, Ousmane Dieng, and 3 second-round picks. But then, what happens to fucking Mike Conley Jr.? The Bulls waive him, and he ends up back with the Minnesota Timberwolves.
Who the hell is he? Trey Miguel?
Wow! Can't believe you brought up the Trey Miguel shit.
Yes, I did.
I thought he turned face heel, and then face again. What is he? Big Show circa his whole career?
Yeah, like 21 times.
Good Lord.
I mean, Mike Conley Jr. has been around the block a time or two for 3 days.
Been around the block a time or two. He's been around the block. He's been around the block more times. He's been around the block more times than a fucking marathon runner.
I mean, Oh, you're going here. Now you're going there. Now you're going back to Minnesota.
It's like the Oprah Winfrey of trades.
For sure.
It's like Chicago. Chicago, you get a Mike Conley Jr.
You get
Charlotte,
a Mike Conley
you
Jr.
get a Mike Conley Jr. Minnesota, you get back a Mike Conley Jr.
Yep.
Good Lord. And then, of course, you have this trade. The Warriors trading Kuminga and Hield to the Atlanta Hawks for Kristaps Porzingis.
And it's so funny how heading into the trade deadline on Thursday, we were speculating wildly, as Sam Roberts would say. We were speculating on this show with all the reports that were going around.
Oh, no, we were just speculating, Steven. We were speculating wildly.
Was Draymond Green going to be leaving Golden State in a trade? And he talked about it on the game on Tuesday, that he, thought he played his last game with Golden State. Turns out he didn't. And now, not only does Golden State keep Draymond Green for now, they keep Jimmy Butler for now when he's healthy, but now you get Kristaps Porzingis, who, oh, by the way, is one of the best big men shooters when he's healthy, because he helped the Celtics to a championship ring in 2024. And Kristaps Porzingis can stretch the floor. He can shoot the three. He can defend with the best of them, because I remember in that finals against Dallas, every time that he was in the paint, whether it be Derrick Jones Jr. or Luka Doncic or Kyrie Irving, that thought, oh, I can drive by this big fella. He said, oh my God, what's his name? Mutombo. He was doing the Kevin Mutombo thing. No. He was doing that. You're not going to get past me. And just when Kristaps Porzingis is healthy, he is a solid player. And man, and you know what's funny also? Al Horford's on this team. So that's two former Celtics who won the championship with Boston 2 years ago. And now they're with the team that they lost in 2022 in the finals too. So when Porzingis wasn't there, I think he was still with the Mavericks at that time. But Horford was obviously with the Celtics all those years. But it's really cool, for Golden State, that they have these two veteran players, that when they're healthy, man, that's the thing. If Golden State can get on a run, if they can get in the tournament, if they can somehow get in the tournament with the play-in tournament and win that and get in the big dance, once you're in the tournament, anything can happen. And we'll see what happens, because I for sure thought that Golden State was going to be trading away Draymond Green, and thank God they didn't. Because even I said, and I know Joey said it last week on the show too, that even though we know that Draymond Green could be a big pain in the ass, we can't deny his talents on the basketball court and what he brings, that intensity, that tenacity, that leadership, leading by example. Follow me, I will take you to the promised land. And being a big guy who can also pass the rock and who could bring the ball up the floor. And now that you add Porzingis to the lineup, man, again, if they can get hot, all bets are off. Because you got the Curry brothers there. Obviously, Steph's one of the best three-point shooters that's ever lived. And Steph Curry's no slouch himself either.
Yeah, I could see that one being a good moment, a good and change of pace for Porzingis, who, of course, has been battling all sorts of health issues, including an autoimmune disease, which he's still, is still fighting. Obviously, hopefully he can get healthy enough and they can help the Warriors get back to some sense of prominence. We'll see. Scrolling through here, looking at some of the bigger trades here going on. The Clippers traded Ivica Zubac to the Indiana Pacers for Benedict Mathurin, Isaiah Jackson, 2 first-round picks, and 1 second-round pick to the Clippers.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and they also get Kobe Brown in the trade as well.
Hmm.
Oh, by the way, you know how many, because the way the Bulls cleaned house, it basically got rid of every fucking star player on their team, and it seemed like we're only on reset mode. You know how many second round picks the Bulls have for next year?
How many?
9.
9?
They got 9 second round picks next year. I've never heard of a team having 9 second round picks. Um, let me see here. Cam Thomas got waived. Players that stayed in their teams include Ja Morant and Giannis.
Yep. And
Giannis,
Giannis was the biggest one.
yeah,
Would Giannis?
a lot of people thought that Jado was getting ready to go out because of the way they got rid of everybody, but it seems like that the Grizzlies are not are gonna keep him.
Yeah.
So, but yeah,
And
I agree that the other one was a bigger stay. Giannis, he just if they traded Giannis away despite his wanting to be getting out, I just I don't think it would be the end of that franchise's uh championship run for a good long while.
yeah, and Milwaukee, I know, has talked about fielding offers in the offseason when that comes down. But if I'm Milwaukee, you have to do what you can to keep Giannis happy. Because if Giannis walks in the offseason in a trading package and Milwaukee does not get nothing, great in the deal, it is not going to bode well for them in the long run because Milwaukee is already a bad basketball team without Antetokounmpo there on the floor, especially when he's not healthy. If he's not there at all, then the team's performance, goes down significantly. And if I'm Giannis, if you're going to be traded, you got to find an offer, a team that is going to make sense, that will give you the best chance at winning. Because even though he's 31 years of age, he's still young. But as we know in the world of sports, age doesn't mean shit. Because we've seen players in their early 30s retire. Or we've seen their numbers go down in their early to mid 30s. It just not everybody has the luck of the draw, to stay healthy. And Giannis, again, he's a very talented player. And if I'm Milwaukee, I'm going to do whatever I can to keep him around. Because if he gets traded, oh, they're going down. Milwaukee's not going to be the same ever again for a long time. And it took him so long to find that golden goose in Giannis years ago in the draft. And Milwaukee for years was one of the worst teams in the NBA. And again, we talked about it last week. We were thinking that maybe Golden State could go after him, maybe Minnesota could go after him. And I'm so glad that Golden State and Minnesota did not trade away some of their better players because one player is not worthy. If you're going to be trading away all of your significant players that make your team great. Because look at, not to go on a tangent, but look at Minnesota. I mean, for 2 years in a row, they went to the conference finals. And that's hard to do. And there were talks that Giannis could go to Minnesota. I'm like, there's no way that needs to happen. Because all of those great players that Minnesota has on their team, one player is not worthy enough to do that. Because that ruins the team chemistry. And I'm glad Golden State didn't get him. And I'm glad Minnesota didn't get him for now. But it is going to be interesting what happens in the offseason. Because as we know, once the NBA Finals concludes this June, the talks are going to be back on the table. Who wants Giannis? Who's got the best money offer to get Giannis? Who knows?
Yeah. Let's see here. We got the Bucks reaching a deal with former Nets guard Cam Thomas. So that happened just recently. Detroit is signing two-way guard Donis Jenkins to a 2-year contract. Let's see. He's been a revelation for the East's #1 seed Pistons, averaging a career high in points, assists, and scoring in double figures in 15 games this season. Detroit is 12-3 in those contests. So now he finally gets a shot to be with the team permanently. For now, anyways. Some news here. Brandon Ingram has replaced Stephen Curry in the All-Star game. Maybe it's to prevent any further injury from Steph playing out.
Yeah,
there.
probably.
Here's a precautionary tale. Speaking of injuries, we got the word the other day that a certain player is coming back, and that is Mr. Jason Tatum. It was announced that Jason Tatum participated on yesterday in 5-on-5 practice sessions with Celtics roster teammates, two-way players, and G Leaguers. So it doesn't look like it's going to be too much longer before the Celtics get back their star player and star shooter.
Oh, yeah, and Tatum was a huge loss for the Celtics going further into the playoffs. And obviously, after that big win at Madison Square Garden to give Boston life, it came out that later that night after Game 4 that his season was over with the torn Achilles. And, being a Pacers fan, Halliburton suffering the same injury, and Indiana has not even been remotely the same team they were last year. This is why star caliber players are very important. And Tatum coming back, that only boosts Boston's confidence. Because Jaylen Brown has been holding down the fort and has been playing really good overall. And if Tatum can come back strong and healthy and keep playing great, Boston, if they can keep that dynamic duo, from any significant injuries, they can definitely maybe not be a title contender, but they can, hang around, in the conference. Because I think that the Pistons are a better team than they are.
Yeah.
But it's just great to see, Tatum's going to be coming back here soon.
Yeah, absolutely. We can't wait to see Tatum back doing what he does best. Other news, some shocking news, and this isn't bad, but this is just something we thought we'd never see. With LeBron rolled out tonight against the Spurs, he is now ineligible for any end of season awards.
Wow.
First time in 21 years that he will not be eligible for any end of season awards. The last time LeBron wasn't an All-NBA player, the #1 song was Yeah by Usher, Little John, and Ludacris. The #1 movie was Shrek 2. The Nintendo DS didn't exist yet. Entourage hadn't been debuted. Ken Jennings hadn't been on Jeopardy, and Victor Wembanyama was just 4 years old.
I love the name will be on the graphic.
Horrible human being. Horrible human being. Ladies and gentlemen, the man of the hour, too sweet to be sour, the man who is absolutely the king of nicknames in this group, KR Kevin Rory, the owner of the new head coach of the 49 IRs.
Yes, I need to be after I slipped on that ice a couple weeks ago. I might be on IR. But no, what's going on, everybody?
You dumbass.
I know it's good to finally be back on, and I'm going to get on for a couple minutes. But hell, you know what? If Roman Reigns can show up when the hell he wants to, I can too. So that's a good thing. But no, it's good to be here tonight. I'm going to talk for a few minutes, probably stay on about 30, 40 minutes or so.
That's fine with me, brother.
Good timing, Kev, because we were just talking about the trade deadline, and obviously there were some rumblings, last week about who stays and who goes. And, Giannis didn't go, Draymond Green didn't go. And I know you were very vocal about what should Golden State do and, with this trade deadline approaching. And what are your thoughts on what Golden State did? I mean, because, getting Kristaps Porzingis.
We're
Do
not
I
getting.
say
Yeah, I was gonna say we're not. Yeah, we're not gonna get Giannis. So you know what? Let's go ahead. Let's get rid of Buddy Hield and Kuminga, and let's get Kristaps Porzingis.
But you know what? Here's my thing. I'm okay with that trade. And yes, it sucks to lose Buddy Hield because him and Jimmy Butler were like pure comedy. They're the funniest people on the team. My thing is this. I'm okay with the trade because if you can't get Giannis, and yes, I mean, hindsight 2020, like in hindsight, yes, the Bucks didn't deal Giannis. They said no, fuck it, we're gonna keep him. So Golden State was smart to at least make a move. And the thing is Porzingis hurt? Yes. Can he stay on the court? No. But if there's some stretch that he can stay on the court, he's 7'3". Everything Golden State has wrong with him is a lot of it's fixed. They don't have a true center. They don't have size. Al Horford's 80 bazillion years old. He's old as Jesus, for God's sake. And he's out there like and Draymond is 6'6". He looks like a damn midget out there playing center. They need a true center. So you get someone that's 7'3" that can shoot the basketball. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
and considering what you lost, Kuminga wasn't even playing. He was out of the rotation. He did not fit the system at all. So he literally was not playing at all. So you're trading a guy who never was in the rotation essentially for Porzingis. I mean, I'm cool with it. If
And like I
Porzingis
said, Kev,
is
before you
better
came
than
on the
nothing.
show, I said Porzingis, if he's healthy, man, he is a great piece for Golden State.
And I don't think Golden State's really playing for this. I think Golden State is playing for next year when they get Jimmy Butler back, when they have Steph coming off the knee agitations from being an old man. I mean, you got Steph, Jimmy. I mean, you might can go out in free agency and splurge a little bit because you didn't go pay Giannis all that money. I mean, Draymond's a free agent. He's likely going to be retiring after this season. I really would think so. And that opens up another 20 something million dollars you can go spend in free agency. So I think, and while Draymond he is the key to the dynasty in the 15s. I mean, right now I think he's really is washed. If you would tell me we'll give you Giannis for Draymond straight up, who isn't taking that deal at this point in Draymond's career?
That's why I'm surprised the deal didn't happen
In
because I
27,
was,
but I think it didn't happen on Milwaukee's front. Like,
yeah.
Dunleavy had basically pulled Draymond to the side. It's like, hey, look, man, it's either you or Jimmy gonna have to go if we're gonna make this deal happen with Giannis. I just want to say, we love you. We love what you did. You're gonna have a statue out of Chase Center one day. You're gonna have a statue outside of Oracle. The problem is you're old as dirt, and Giannis is a top 5, top 3 player in basketball. So I mean, we're gonna go for it. But Milwaukee's the one that decided to say, I'll wait.
Now, what I'm wondering too, now again, as the offseason, moves along after the finals, is there a scenario where before his contract expires, could Draymond Green still be involved with a trade with Milwaukee? That is an interesting question to ponder.
I Maybe, but what I think Golden State is switching now is, I don't know if you know it, but LeBron is getting out of LA this year. He's opting out. If he does not retire, there's rumblings that while Draymond will possibly retire and maybe come back, there's rumblings that LeBron James will join Steph Curry in San Francisco and play on the Warriors alongside Steph one season only. I mean, there are rumblings about that. Can you imagine that? LeBron James, Jimmy Butler, maybe a healthy Porzingis and Steph Curry on the same team? I mean,
Never say never.
never,
If
never. I mean,
if Eric Bischoff and Vince McMahon can be on WWE television back in
you need to-
2002,
Yep, exactly.
never say never.
Because just
If CM Punk can re-sign with the WWE after a long history of animosity and disagreements and
that's right.
just all the drama, the baggage, that Punk had back then, that he carried with him. Being gone from the company in 10 years. Cody
We're
Rhodes
gonna
coming
see
back
that
from
coming.
AEW to WWE.
Or-
I mean, anything can happen.
Or Bret Hart and Goldberg being best friends. Oh wait, that's not happening.
Yeah.
That'll never, ever happen. Ever.
the reason why the idea is floated though is because who's going to criticize LeBron now? He's damn 50 years old. Like LeBron is now no longer ring chasing. He's just, yeah, I want to play with my buddy. Steph Curry been my arch rival for so long. Fuck it, let's play together. Let's see what we can't do to the young bucks. And hell, if we win, we win. We don't, we don't. Me and
Now,
Steph.
Kev, now I know you've been critical of Klay Thompson, but dude, could you imagine if Klay says, I am willing to take a pay cut and return to home? Dude, how could you not want to sign up for that? I mean, that would be a freaking super team of super teams. If you're a Golden State fan, I mean, that would be insane. Like, I know Klay is not the player that he used to be, because
No,
in his prime, Game 6, Klay
yeah,
was a
Klay was
freaking
real.
killer.
Until Clay got them injuries, Clay was a top 10 player in basketball, a top 2 shooter in basketball. And
Mm-hmm.
injuries really derailed how his trajectory went for his career. But you're right. If I can get him cheap and he can come off the bench and like provide some shooting,
Oh, dude, like
anybody.
money,
You know how
money.
many people brought what's my name? What's my dude's name that came off the bench late in his career that's a good shooter?
Oh, you talking about
Cleveland had him. Cleveland had him 1 point. The white guy, the shooting guard that
Cleveland. Damn it.
what was it? The white guy that shoots all. He's a top 10 shooter in the league in history,
Top
but
10.
that was his role. Oh, I'm not gonna let that name go off.
Okay, was this during when LeBron won the championship with Cleveland, or was this?
Like here's a good example. Here's another example. Ray Allen, Miami Heat. Was not the same
Yes.
player he was, but guess what? He came to a team where he could just come off the bench and hey, we just need to jack up 5 or 6 shots. But okay, easy. Oh,
Oh, that's gonna drive you crazy. Trust me, I know.
it's a shooter. Who in the hell? I'm trying to.
Wait a minute. Did he play with the Spurs as well?
No, he played with the Hawks. He went from the Hawks to the Cavs.
Hawks to the Cavs. Hawks to the. Oh my God. Okay. Man.
Hmm.
Was he okay? Question: was he a 6 man?
Kyle Korver, that's it.
That's it, Kyle Korver. That's
Yeah.
I
it.
know him. I know him very well from his time
Yeah.
in Chicago, man. That dude was a sharpshooter 3-pointer. That was his specialty. Nobody
Yep.
was better at that 3-point line than Kyle Korver. That man could drop dimes like there's nobody else's business.
Yeah, when he got
Mhm.
hot, Jesus Christ, you don't need to worry about LeBron guarding LeBron or Kyrie. You need to get your ass to the corner and prevent Korver from shooting. That could be the role that Klay Thompson plays. Like, hey, just come in off the bench and just we don't need you to be the number 2 option.
Oh
You
yeah,
4 or 5 option, just be the first option off the bench. Just shoot, jack up
yeah,
shots. Who cares?
yeah.
But yeah,
And a tradition was broken tonight too. After 21 years, LeBron is no longer going to be in competition for any year-end awards because he's sitting out tonight.
yep, I did see that.
Yeah, that just happened, and I was telling him the last time that he was not considered an All NBA player. Shrek 2 was the #1 movie in America.
Who?
And I was there for that movie.
Who?
Yeah,
Jesus.
so that's pretty insane. There's a lot of big scenarios. We also mentioned about the James Harden trade. We talked about all
Ooh,
the stuff the Bulls are doing now, having 9 second-round picks for next year.
they're trying to load up. That's clear as day.
And Kev, I said before you came on, I think this is a bad situation for the Clippers in the long run because other than Kawhi, who the hell do they got?
I, and I don't get this is what grinds my gears. Like, what the fuck are you doing? If you're in a full blown rebuild wanting to get younger, okay, cool. Why are you keeping Kawhi then? Trade him too and get something younger. I mean, Darius Garland's a good young piece, but at the same time, you need like OKC get draft picks. I mean, Jesus Christ. And speaking of that, that's another trade. OKC brings another sharp scorer in Jared McCain, who was up for Rookie of the Year last year till he got hurt. I mean, the first year player from Duke that came into the draft. He was dominating last year before he got hurt with Philly. And guess what? The rise of Tyrese Maxey and Edgecombe this year is basically pushed him out the rotation. OKC gets them all them damn draft picks OKC got. Literally, they just shipped 4 second rounders and got a perennial scorer off the bench to play when SGA sits out. The OKC's just getting better. I That's why you need them draft picks, because you can make moves like OKC. OKC has built a dominant team that's going to be a problem. They might not win it every year, but they're going to be a problem for every team for the next 10 years because of how they built that team through all the draft picks and the necessities from Paul George. That Clippers, take notes. You already got fucked by OKC one time by trading away SGA. Don't do it again. Just keep the young guys. Get rid of the old guys.
Absolutely. And also, we talked about how Morant, just like with Giannis, he didn't get dealt either. And Memphis, no matter they did trade John Morant or not, Memphis is they're just a bad team. Bad.
And my only thing about Ja is like Brian Windhorst said on ESPN. I agree with him 100%. Ja has no trade value right now because of his off the court actions, his temper, his anger, his selfish attitude. He has no trade value. If Memphis wanted to trade John Morant, they'd have to also include a first or second round pick to another team for another bad player or a bad contract just to ship him out. He has negative trade value. You have to attach a draft pick alongside with him to get someone to take him off your hands. And
Yeah.
he's possibly will get waived.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've been getting into a lot of different things here on the show. We haven't even gotten to the NFL yet because we wanted to wait till you or Hijacker got here. So let's get
Uh-huh.
into it. Let's talk about the Super Bowl.
Oh,
And man, look, as much of an offensive battle it wasn't, a defensive battle it was. Both teams' defenses were absolutely good up
yep.
until that fourth quarter where Seattle took over. I give a lot of credit to Christian Gonzalez
And that dude's a
of
hell of a player.
yeah, he kept shutting down those receivers, including Jackson Smith and Jigba for most of the game.
2 catches that Njigba had in his grasp. One that would have been a touchdown. And he just comes out of nowhere and knocks the ball out of his hand. Like,
But what
incredible.
y'all talk about that, but what about the best play that I've seen? Rashid Shaheed is a 4-2 sprint player. Like, he's the fastest player in the league, and other than Tyreek Hill. And for Christian Gonzalez to hawk in on that ball and swat that ball away, that's a 6. That was gonna be a touchdown. If Christian Gonzalez didn't get his paws on the ball, that was going for 6 because he had a step on the other DB, and Gonzalez comes out of nowhere and swats it at the last minute from being completed. That you can't teach that any better. That is the best
No, that's a great play.
for a young corner. Like when you're raising cornerbacks and like trying to teach them how to play football up in middle school, high school, you show that to them. Like, just because you're beat or you look like
Oh
you're
my
beat,
God,
don't give up
yes.
on the ball. Just put your head down, haul ass to the receiver. When he looks up for the ball, move your hand, fight with your hands, just fight for the football. And what did Gonzalez do? Exactly that. Then he broke up a pass in the red zone that was going to be a touchdown to Jackson Smith and Jigba and broke that up off a good play. I mean, Christian Gonzalez is easily a top 3 corner in the league. I mean, you look at guys like J.C. Horn for Carolina, Derek Stingley, Patrick Surtain. He's up there in that core group of players. And the
Mm-hmm.
Patriots, like you said, Ezra, the Patriots defense hung in there as best they could, but with their offense playing as bad as they did, the Patriots, I mean, you can't play but so much good defense before you wear out. And that's what happened. The Patriots defense was gassed. I mean, every time you turn around, 3 and out, 3 and out, 3 and out. The second half, the Patriots didn't even get a first down until a 5-yard holding penalty got them at the end of the quarter. It was 3 and out, 3 and out, 3 and out, 3 and out. The Patriots defense just got gassed.
Yeah, and Drake May, I mean, and the one thing that was very significant to me from an offensive standpoint is no matter how great that defense kept him in the game, the thing that really got me questioning the game plan of Josh McDaniels was, what are you doing? Constantly dropping May back 5, 7 step drops, trying to uncork these deep passes when, no offense, they don't have a deep threat receiver. They don't have a true number one, number two guy. They have, at best, slot receivers. They don't have a true number one threat that can vertically dominate you on the outside.
I know
And
the feeling.
and exactly, we know
What
the feeling.
what did I try to tell everybody? For the last 2 weeks, I said they're gonna do the Patriots like they did the 49ers. And I mean, I love my boys, but we've got no receiver that's even threatening that defense. So you know what the corners do? We're going, okay. I don't need safety help. The only reason here's the difference. The Rams got two Hall of Fame receivers. Everybody's like, "Oh, Stafford and the Rams can move the ball." That's because Stafford has two Hall of Fame receivers in Puka Nacua and Devontae Adams. The Seahawks have to respect that damn deep game and respect the Hall of Fame of Matthew Stafford. That is why they got yards, but not everybody's built like that. The
Not
49ers
just that,
built to
Kev,
run
but
the
Matthew
ball, and
Stafford knows how to read a defense, and Drake May does not right now because he's a young player. But
and
he
I
can, but he
I
can
can't
get
even put
there.
it on Drake May because, like you said, Josh McDaniels, what are you doing? I mean, here's my thing about it. You're calling these deep passes, but you've seen all night the Seahawks barely had to blitz. They're winning with their four pass rushers. They're literally in your lap within 2 seconds because DeMarcus Lawrence and Leonard Williams and
Or
guys.
Witherspoon, especially Witherspoon. I mean, my God.
They are winning with the four-man pass rush. They're just dropping back, playing zone. And meanwhile, Will Campbell looks like he's playing for the Seahawks out there. He looks like he's got a like C.J. Stroud got another team's jersey on. He's getting bullied. And here's my other problem with Josh McDaniels. For the whole half, the whole first half, you've seen your left tackle struggling. Why didn't you put a tight end to that side to help block? Why didn't you put a running back to stay in the backfield to help chip? That what are you doing? You made no adjustments at all. You literally let John
None.
Lawrence bully Will Campbell all night long, and you know what the brilliance of Mike McDonald did? He seen they weren't going to help him, so guess what he started doing? I'm calling Devin Witherspoon off the blitz off that side because they're not protecting. I know they ain't going to slide, and guess what? Drake third down, big key third down that could have got him in field goal range. It should have been intentional grounding. Witherspoon comes off the edge, and Drake May trying to run couldn't get away, and he just had to chunk it up and throw it incomplete. I mean, that's a big play. And Josh McDaniels, I don't know what you're doing, but I knew
And
this was going to happen.
yeah, and you know, and we said it going into the game that Seattle's defense is going to feast on that offensive line, and we were absolutely correct about that. And when you think about how this game plan was orchestrated by McDaniels, again, like you just said, Kev, he did not make any adjustments at all. Because normally when a Super Bowl happens, if it's your first, appearance in the big game, yeah, the jitters are there, you're nervous for, quarter and a half, I get it, but you make adjustments as the game goes on. But that's not what happened because Patrick Mahomes against the Niners 6 years ago in his first Super Bowl, he was nervous as hell. But what did that kid do when he was a kid? He made adjustments in that game and he called plays like a true professional quarterback does, being in the Super Bowl or being in a big game throughout his career. He matured on that big stage real quick. Drake May did not get any help from Josh McDaniels because it's up to Josh McDaniels, who's been there with Tom Brady by his side in multiple Super Bowls, coaching alongside the greatest quarterback of our generation and of all time. And he did not make any adjustments and settle this kid down because clearly he was rattled after the first two sacks, and especially the third one when Witherspoon literally came off of the block. Just boom! Just got, as soon as the hut, boom! He was in the backfield sacking May's ass. I mean, it was insane. Like, just the physicality that Seattle brings. And there was no adjustments. And the thing that bothered me about this is, again, you had their defense, which was playing great, fucking great. Just keeping your team in the game. But like you said, when you don't make adjustments and you don't make the necessary plays, your defense is going to gas out, and they did. And also, we were waiting for it to happen, whether it be New England doing it, but Seattle did it. The turnovers, the turning point of the Super Bowl was that third quarter fumble. That was the turning point. And when May fumbled that ball inside of the 35-yard line, I said, that's it, they're done. And they were done. And Seattle scored a few plays later on a touchdown pass by Darnold.
Yep.
And then finally, Drake May got it going with a touchdown drive. I'm like, finally, the shutout's over. But dude, all game long, I'm thinking, we're about to witness history because New England can't drop the ball. They can't. There was no answer for
Nope.
that defense. They were
Hey,
swarming all game long.
and here is where I will criticize Drake May. After the Patriots scored that first touchdown, why are you panicking? You're only down 2 possessions. It's still early in the fourth. Why are you throwing a Hail Mary deep ball? Just take what the defense is giving you like you
Thank
did on the last
you.
drive. When Tom Brady was down 28-3, I know everybody says inside job. Oh, it's rigged. Okay, what did Brady do? He didn't throw no deep pass. He was just biting and chewing away at the lead. He was, 5-yard route, 10-yard route. Taking what the defense gives him. Drake May, this is where the inexperience comes in. He tried to hang back in there, and I will say that wasn't all on May either. He did get his arm hit by the defensive tackle, which caused the ball to be underthrown and right to the DB. And I said, "Yep, that's a bad play call and a bad decision. Why? Just take what the defense gives you. 5, 10, 15-yard routes. Just get it going until you get to the red zone. I mean, by that time they scored the second touchdown, it was too late. But I mean, Drake May, man, Josh McDaniels has got to help him out. A first-year
He
quarterback
does.
in the Super Bowl, he's got to help him out. But here's one thing I will say: the tail of the tape does not tell a lie. Patriots easiest schedule since 1989 in the NFL. I mean, they cruised. They didn't play nobody except Buffalo, and Buffalo was a damn 6 seed this year in the playoffs. They played nobody. Meanwhile, and in the playoffs, you played the Chargers without their 2 Pro Bowl offensive linemen, hence all the damn sacks on Herbert. Then you played the Texans, whose god awful offenses. Jesus Christ, I think they couldn't. I think ants in high school would beat them in offense. Their offense is that bad. Then don't get me started on Jared Stidham. You play a guy
Oh, dear God.
Power Rangers out there throwing the ball like he's about to morph into, like he's about to, it's morphing time, throwing the damn ball like that, damn blizzard. I mean, meanwhile, on the other side, all seasons, Seattle played the likes of Tampa Bay. That was a good game. Tampa ended up winning. They played the 49ers twice. They played the Rams 3 times. The 49ers 3 times. They play in the Division of Doom, the best division in football this year, where 3 teams won 12 games. I mean, they played those guys. They had to go against the 49er squad. They had to go against Puka and Adams and the MVP Matt Stafford. Not 1, not 2, but 3 times. And credit to Sam Darnold. And I hate glazing the Seahawks because they're a division rival. But I mean, credit to Darnold. The biggest question was, how are you going to fold in playoffs? Are you going to turn the ball over? The Seahawks are the first NFL Super Bowl champion in NFL history to have 0 giveaways in a postseason.
And not just that, Kev, but the most damning statistic of all. Darnold, heading into the postseason, led the NFL in
Yep.
all complete turnovers.
Yeah,
Whether it
20,
be
29,
fumbles,
28.
something like that. Yeah, whether it be
Yep. The
fumbles,
Seahawks led.
interceptions.
Yep.
And the fact that Darnold proved every one of us and all of the experts and the naysayers wrong. Kudos to him because nobody had Seattle or New England making it to the Super Bowl, and especially nobody had Sam Darnold of the 2018 class that features Josh Allen, that features Lamar Jackson being the first one to win a Super Bowl. Hey, nobody can take that away from you. You can be asked the rest of your fucking career. But the one thing they cannot take away from you is that championship ring that you won in 2025 for the 12s. And the fact that Sam Darnold played arguably one of the best postseason cleanest runs of any quarterback. Hey, there's no better way to do it. Because that's when it really matters, is in the postseason. When the chips are on the table, the championship is on the line. And he proved all of us wrong. We doubted him all postseason long. And he got the job done. And this couldn't happen to a much deserving guy. What a great guy. Hell of a talent. And I'm so glad he finally has a coach who knows what the hell he's doing in Mike McDonald.
But you know what? you know where it started, don't you? I mean, where it
Yes, I
started
do.
was
Kyle
He
Shanahan.
he came to San Francisco to basically learn the game. He said, "Listen,
Mm-hmm.
I've been on the Jets; they're trash." And they even asked him, "What's the darkest moment of your NFL career?" You know what he said? And I thought it was funny. Going to Carolina. I
That.
you know what? You're telling the damn truth. But no, he goes to San Francisco. He learns Shanahan how he coaches the quarterbacks. He learns behind Brock Purdy. He goes to Minnesota and looks absolutely nasty in Minnesota. And then the playoffs kind of crip up. He got him. I mean, they kind of got him in the playoffs. But then he goes to Seattle. And here's the key. Again, Super Bowl champions are won in the trenches, not by your fancy $80 million quarterback like Lamar Jackson, Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, all them guys that's making Dak Prescott $60 million. The game is won in the trenches. How did Seattle win? Sam Darnold, take care of the ball. Just make the right reads. We're going to run the ball. We're going to play defense. Just let our defense work with a full field. They won't give up many points. And guess what? They did. No turnovers means the other team had to start on their own 20, 25-yard line. No team's going to drive 75 yards on Seattle
Not
like that.
just that, Kevin. Kev, great transition. What a hell of a job by the special teams unit in Seattle. The
Yep.
punts in that Super Bowl were phenomenal.
That's where the game is won. Little stuff like that in the trenches. You see how the Patriots offensive line was bullied. I knew right then. I said they're going to lose because the Seattle front is bullying the Patriots. And even on the other side of the ball, yes, the Patriots played decent defense, but Kenneth Walker ran for 150.
Yes.
I mean, they ran the ball, meaning the offensive line won at the line. They won the game in the trenches. That goes to show you it ain't about quarterback play no more. You could still win like Trent Dilfer did that year. I mean, you could still win with a great elite defense and a good run game, and you don't have to play quarterback like Josh Allen or Lamar Jackson. You ain't got to have all the pressure. And Sam Darnold did a tremendous job. I'm proud of Sam. I mean, I can't take away from him. I still don't think I'm not going to glaze him like ESPN because I seen somewhere today where people would say, "Yeah, our only quarterback in the whole NFC I'm taking over Sam Darnold as a pure player is Matthew Stafford." I'm like, not Jaden Daniels, not Jared Goff, not Brock Purdy. I said I don't agree with that, but I mean, as far as he's a champion, and nobody can take that away from him. He did a great job. I mean,
And you know another thing too, you talked about the running game. That's the one thing that New England got away from was the running game. They could not get the running game going because they got away from it.
Exactly, but that just like Richard Sherman said, they started running decent. I mean, they just quit trying. I mean, that's how you wear down defenses is run the football. How do you think the Patriots defense wore down? Seattle just kept pounding it. They said Kenneth Walker pound the damn rock,
and he did.
And he did. And another
Kenneth Walker's just what a phenomenal story with this young man.
He's about to get paid because Seattle ain't gonna resign him because they got Charbonnet coming back. But Kenneth Walker's about to get paid by somebody this offseason, and he deserves it. Good. I mean, I'm glad. And to be honest, if we didn't have a rookie running back backing up McCaffrey, I'd want K9 in San Francisco.
Hell yeah!
He's a hard nosed runner, and I like that kind of style.
And I love Kenneth Walker's story because several years ago he woke up with blood clots in his lungs, and he was told that he would never play football again, and he proved everybody wrong. A man of very few words. A Super Bowl champion, and an MVP. The first running back to win the MVP since Terrell Davis. Hell of a job. Hell of a win.
The biggest winner in this whole debacle is what I said in the chat was Mike McDonald. The way he built that defense, good God Almighty.
And the fact that he's the head coach calling the defensive plays. It's insane.
You talk about the Legion of Boom. This is their time, the dark side. And I mean, God Almighty. Whew. I think this front seven on this might be, and no, it not might be. It is better than the Legion of Boom's front seven.
I agree.
Like they started it last year when they traded for Leonard Williams. He got up out of New York. I mean, New York said, we'll ship them all. Fuck them. We don't like them. Their middle linebacker, for crying out loud, and that defensive system has 8 interceptions this year, including the playoffs. 8. That is a middle linebacker. He's covering people like Fred Warner out there because of how easy it is to play defense with Mike McDonald.
And Kevin Byard from Chicago.
Yep, he's up there. Like, that's a middle linebacker doing that. And then on the back end, you got Witherspoon, Tariq Woolen. I mean,
one of the best defensive backs in Witherspoon. I mean, this dude is fucking quick. I mean, just incredible speed. I mean, like you said, Kev, you know, like the fact that they don't have to do a blitz, they can just
No.
use their speed to
What
get to the offensive line and to the backfield and get to the quarterback. It's just insane.
Here's what's scary about it though. All those DBs are positionless. I've seen Devin Witherspoon line up at corner.
Hmm.
I've seen him line up in the slot. I've seen him line up at safety. I've seen him line up at linebacker. I've seen him blitz. I've seen him drop back. I've seen him play man. And another one is the rookie they drafted, Nick Emanwari. He's
Mm-hmm.
the same way. He plays slot, but he plays safety, nickel, dime. I mean, outside corner, inside corner. I mean, Jesus Christ. And the crazy thing is that makes Seattle's defense so scary. Don't matter how much of a run formation you're in, they live in the nickel package. The reason why is any other team that plays nickel, their DBs are going to get ran over by the run game of other teams. Seattle's DBs are so fucking physical. They don't
Mm-hmm.
play base defense. They leave their DBs in at linebacker because they're so damn physical. They can stop the run like that. I mean,
Not just that, kid, but they can call one formation and then they can we got you, and they can go to a completely different formation and disguise their formation. Like that is how
Yep.
good Mike McDonald is as a head coach, calling the defensive plays and being their defensive coordinator. Because also McDonald is the first head coach in NFL history to win a Super Bowl calling the defensive plays on his own. Incredible.
Now you see why I said the Ravens fucked up when they let him out their building and kept Harbaugh that extra
Mhm.
year. Should have got Mike McDonald because look how that Ravens defense was when he was
Trash.
look how he was when he was there. And you know what?
Great.
Stats don't lie. Like I just said, the Seahawks are the team that has used their base personnel the least in the NFL. You know what percentage they use their base personnel? Zero. They haven't played a
Wow.
single play this year in base personnel. It's been from nickel. It's been from big nickel. It's been from dime. It's been from like the 3-3-5 defense. Like they do not play base at all. Like they
Mm.
literally just do not. They say, you know what? I got 5 or 6 DBs that can whoop your ass and tackle and hit and play coverage. Fuck it, I'm gonna let them play.
Not
I
only
don't
that,
believe
but
your run game can beat us.
and not only that, but the one thing that these guys can do, whether it's their linebackers or their defensive backs, they can cover anybody. It's
Yep.
it's madness. And if
Positionless
this
football.
Yeah, exactly. And if this core can stay together for a while, it is going to be a long time before anybody knocks the dark side off their throne. Because man,
And that's what I said when we played Seattle, dude. I said, everybody's like, yeah, but McCaffrey's a mismatch to anybody in coverage because if a corner plays him, he's going to truck a corner and he's too physical. But if a linebacker plays him, he's going to outrun a linebacker and be too quick. I said, yeah, but not Seattle. Why not? I said, because Seattle's DBs play like linebackers, but they got the speed as a corner, so you can't truck them and you're not going to outrun them. So it's a mismatch. I mean, it's not a mismatch. That's the only team that McCaffrey running routes is not a mismatch. And we've all seen that. He didn't have hardly any catches against that because of that reason. Their DBs play physical. I mean, I got to give them credit, man. I hate glazing them. They won a championship on my own home damn field. I mean, it's about to throw up, but you know what? They deserve it. They build it. They build it the right way. I mean, put a quarterback in there making $30 million, and they made it farther than the damn bum in Dallas, Texas, or in Texas that's out there getting paid $60 million. So you know what? Kudos to them.
and Mike McDonald, I think this right here is going to solidify him one day as a Hall of Famer. I mean, what a performance this last 2 years for Seattle. Unreal.
Yep.
Unreal.
Just like I was telling my buddy, I said, hey, Mike McDonald's the only coach outside of Andy Reid that I've seen Kyle Shanahan struggle so damn immensely against. Normally, Kyle Shanahan is like a person with a damn laser pointer at a cat on the other team's defenses. He just can't do it on against Andy Reid and against damn Mike McDonald. Them two were the only coaches that give offenses the most damn fits. And it's just the way he does, man. Like the way his rules are on defense, Mike McDonald, man, it's damn. I wish we could have got Mike McDonald.
And the fact that Mike almost left coaching altogether. He almost left it.
Yep.
And he kept going, kept grinding. And look what happens. All that hard work pays off with a trophy.
And I know Joey's kicking themselves, and Cody and all my buddies that are Commanders fan because 2 years ago he actually had a head coaching interview with the Commanders, and he chose to go Seattle. He had a choice. He should have done Washington or Seattle, and he flat out said, "I trust John Snyder more than I trust Washington's front office." And that's what happened.
And
What did the
Snyder's resume is front and center. He's got a hell of a resume.
had did nothing but appease Mike McDonald. They go out trade for Leonard Williams. They go out get Ernest Jones from Tennessee. That's the middle linebacker. They draft Devin Witherspoon that first year. They draft Inman Warray that fits their system. They go out there and trade for Rashid Shaheed, who I thought was the biggest acquisition at the trade deadline because of what he could do with kick returns. I mean, hell, just how explosive he is, and then his speed in the run game. I mean, if you haven't noticed, the Seahawks run the Shanahan system with Clint Kubiak. I mean, Clint Kubiak's brother, the other Kubiak, Clay Kubiak, they're in San Francisco. He's our offensive coordinator. They all come from under Kyle Shanahan, so they run that same system, and speed kills in that system.
And that's a great call, Kev, because Njigba's the same way because he can line up in the slot, he can line up in the backfield, he can line up, on the outside, the inside, and so can Shaheed. I mean, Shaheed can be in the backfield, then he could be on the outside or in the slot or on the inside. I mean, they have two, and the one receiver that people are forgetting about is Cooper Kupp. Cooper Kupp's a savvy veteran.
And MVP.
Yep. And who won with the Rams 5 years ago. And it's just a great possession receiver. I would equate him to like Anquan Bolden. He knows where he needs to be on that field. I mean, this team, no matter, we may not like it at all because we're Niners fans, but we have to respect it. And we respect greatness when we see it because Mike McDonald, what he has built in Seattle, this is the right way to go about it. Handle your business, make your moves, shut the hell up, don't have no ego about it, and just do you. Make the necessary moves to make your football team great. And New England can get there, but it's going to take a lot of learning from Drake May. And got to give the kid a lot of credit. His second year in the NFL, first year in the Super Bowl, already. But man, there's going to be a lot of growing pains, and he'll get there with the right coaching, the right, discipline, from the coaching staff. This is a lesson learned, for Drake May.
Yeah, I think, but the problem I have is the Patriots ain't gonna have that cupcake schedule next year. They got
hell no.
So they're gonna be seeing Denver next year. They're gonna possibly be seeing Jacksonville next year. All the division winners in the AFC they'll see. So Denver, Jacksonville. I mean, good luck.
Pittsburgh.
Good luck.
And it's funny because somebody in Urinating Trees live stream on Sunday nicknamed Drake May the schedule because of how easy his schedule was.
But the same way I say it's easy, I hate when people look at it and say, well, Matt Stafford did something different against this defense. Why couldn't Matt Stafford's got 2 Hall of Fame receivers, and he's a Hall of Fame in his own right. Drake May's a second-year quarterback playing with a bunch of damn Amazon workers out there catching the ball. Jesus Christ, give the man. I want to see what it looks like this offseason. If I'm Robert Kraft, if I'm anybody in that organization, I'm trading for A.J. Brown. I'm trading for Jalen Waddle, which I know it won't happen because it's in the division. I'm going out and I'm getting a number 1 receiver.
By the way, speaking of Robert Kraft, it was hilarious that they showed him on television yawning like, get this crap over with.
He ain't getting the Hall of Fame, so he might just be pouting. Brady said, both of y'all fuckers ain't here, and I am. Yeah, I ain't taking nothing much away from Drake May from this, man. He's a second-year quarterback.
Second-year quarterback.
He's playing with a bunch of bums out there at receiver. Booty's a second-year player. Diggs is on one leg because he's coming off the ACL injury. He ain't shit no more. He ain't got nobody that really can push the tempo out deep. And I've seen during this year, schedule or not, he's made some hell of amazing throws.
Yes, he has.
That way, it don't matter who the schedule is. They're still a professional football team, and when you can make throws like that on a professional football team, you're gonna be good. And Drake May's still good. He's still great.
Oh yeah.
Back.
Oh
So
yeah.
I can't take nothing away because he played a fucking legendary defense. Jesus Christ, with no receivers. Give the kid a receiver next year and let's see how it turns out next year.
Oh yeah. I
I mean,
agree.
you got Matt Stafford out there, got probably the big. It looks like fucking T. Higgins and Jamar Chase out there. Like you got those type of receivers for Matthew Stafford. I mean, let's calm down. And you got McVay calling plays. No offense to Josh McDaniels, I know he's done it a lot calling plays, but he's not Sean McVay. He's not Kyle Shanahan. He's
And then
not an
like
offensive genius.
and 5 years ago when Stafford had Cooper Cup and OBJ. Like
Exactly.
insane.
Let's calm down because Drake May didn't have a receiver out there. He could have used his tight ends, but hell, he really shouldn't. His tight end should have stayed in and helped Will Campbell's bum ass block somebody. Because I mean, Jesus Christ, he was on the ground. Will Campbell had more of a bad day than Drew McIntyre did on Friday Night SmackDown. Because every time he turned around, he got his ass beaten. That was like Will Campbell. Every time he turned around, he got his ass blown up. I mean, he was having a bad day.
Kit Wilson. Kit Wilson. Oh Lord.
Yeah,
By the way, Kevin, I know you missed this earlier, but if you remember, you know Dragon Ball Z, right?
Yeah.
You know Android 17.
Yeah.
Does he not look like Kit Wilson?
Yeah.
I posted in a couple of my groups. I put in there, and then I put Kit Wilson. Kit Wilson.
Oh man, yeah, he definitely does.
Oh, but man, dude, I gotta get. But here's the thing: I want to see a guy on that team here. Now, here's a guy who definitely deserves this Super Bowl, and that is fucking Sam Darnold. Man, what a turnaround for that guy! A guy who went from a struggling backup and a starter, getting a good season in Minnesota. All of a sudden, he gets pulled over there with the right coaching, the right play callers, and the right men on his team on both sides of the ball. And now he's a Super Bowl champion after 8 seasons and 5 different teams.
Great story.
Great story.
Hey, especially the only one that I think is kicking themselves harder than the Patriots after the Super Bowl is the Minnesota Vikings. Because you mean to tell me they let go of Sam Darnold to keep Tim Allen in there to play quarterback? I mean, what are we doing here? I know Minnesota's kicking themselves.
And fucking Max Brosmer.
Yeah,
Oh,
kicking themselves.
yeah.
And then Sam Darnold go. Come on now. He just won 14 games for you the year before. Just because it ended bad in the playoffs. I mean, hell, that he should have got a second chance with them.
I agree.
And here's the funny thing is that yesterday, usually the day after, so the guys are out, all the guys are out doing things. Sam and Kenneth Walker go and ride teacups at Disney World. And then Clint Kubiak flies to Vegas to meet with Tom Brady and the Raiders.
And now his career is officially fucked.
Yep.
But yeah, it's.
Oh, real quick, this just hit me. Funny on the commentary with Chris Collinsworth. It was so funny how this sequence of plays happened when he said, Drake May's starting to read the defense. Then the interception happens and he goes, I got nothing.
Yeah, you know what? And you know what's funny? At the end of the game, they were talking about how dominant Seattle was. And guess what name is yet to be? Guess whose name was mentioned?
Who?
Yeah, Mahomes wouldn't have even won this game. I don't think Mahomes could have won this game. I mean, if you look at last year, Mahomes got blown out last year by the Eagles. So I don't think he could have won this game. He had to throw Mahomes in there. I knew it.
Dude, freaking Collinsworth has got his head stuck up Mahomes' ass so much, he could probably stick his head through his body like the chest burst or an alien.
Oh, and so what you're saying is Collinsworth is the Romo version where he's got his head up Josh Allen's ass.
Yeah, basically, yeah. But also too, man, what about the there's I believe was another situation in the NFL. Oh yeah, by the way, I found out that Mike Vrabel said in a conference that our buddy here, Mr. Will Campbell, is going to stay at left tackle, and he's not being killed from the Patriots.
Why?
You know, there was a video that came out that did not age well. It was him when he got drafted talking about, yeah, if you give up a sack every week or every other play, you deserve to be an Amazon worker. You can't be an offensive lineman. Look at the Super Bowl. Sack. Oh, quarterback hit. Sack. Damn, Will. He's the newest Amazon worker. Next week he'll be at Amazon.
Package delivery for insert name. It's Will Campbell.
It's Will Campbell, your delivery driver.
Real quick. I hate to bring this up, but Kev, what the hell was that on Saturday?
Well,
Oh, dude. I mean, you had him. You let Carolina back in the game multiple times. And Triple hit that 3, and it was up. Okay, call it like it is. That was amazing. I mean,
yeah, we'll call it what it is too. That's the most hell froze over moment I ever seen. Because how many teams have only committed one foul in one whole half? UNC had one foul all second half. I mean, how many times are people going to play? They just played like they could never. They would never play like that again. I really do not believe that. And Duke just let off of the gas. They were beating their ass the entire game, like spanking them. And then they just, no foul, miss shot 3. I mean, I believe next time they go to Durham, these UNC parasites that are all over Facebook and they're going to get their feelings hurt come in March when they actually got to go to Durham, and Duke's going to I think Duke's going to blow their ass out. I don't think it's going to be close.
But man, I mean, that was a crazy game. I mean,
I got to give him to him. Trimble hit that shot. Good shot. I mean, that's what it was.
And that Dixon 3 was huge too, because that tied the game. I mean, because Duke had multiple chances to put them away with another shot or two, but they just couldn't hit nothing. Boozer couldn't hit nothing.
Typical Carolina fans doing what they do best. Just because they're trying to hype up Caleb Wilson, they're shitting on Boozer. Cam Boozer. He's not that good. He really sucks. He stinks. The dude's averaging 30 points a game.
Any true Carolina fan that calls it like it is will take it that Boozer is one of the best players in college basketball right now.
He's probably the best freshman, top 2 or 3 best freshmen in the nation. He's a top 5 pick, but leave it to Carolina fans to say, "Oh, Caleb Wilson's going to be a top tier NBA talent, and Cam Boozer's overrated. He ain't gonna let." If you want to talk NBA ball with players that come from, Jason Tatum is top tier from Duke, a top 6, 7 player in the NBA. Who does Carolina have there? Nobody. The last person that came from Carolina that was supposed to be all hype was Harrison Barnes, and he was the reason Golden State didn't win a fucking championship in 16, bricking all them open shots. They got rid of his dumb ass for Kevin Durant. So yeah, talk to me about damn talent. Duke has all the talent in the NBA. Kyrie Irving, Jason Tatum, Brandon Ingram, Paolo Banchero from Orlando. And who does Carolina got? Good luck. But gonna talk about Cam Boozer, and man, just give him his props and move on. Just say, well, he's a good player. We got the best of y'all. Ha. That's all they had to say. Instead, they're trying to lift themselves up. They're trying to pull Duke's players down.
Oh, but and by the way, I gotta ask you, Kevin, did you hear about the $180 hamburger that was at the game on Sunday?
Huh? $180 hamburger?
It was called the 60 burger, the LX burger. And it is a giant ass burger made out of veal that serves 4 people. It looks like it's a couple inches thick. That's what she said. But it's a couple inches thick, and it's got some sort of like cheese fondue on it and all this shit on a brioche bun. It's $180, and it serves 4.
If I pay $180 for a fucking burger, Jesus better himself made that burger. And it better give me wealth forever, or some kind of internal health and wealth forever.
I was gonna say it better give you eternal life.
Yeah, it better give me health and wealth. I better have money and forever lasting life to be able to eat and pay $180 for a fucking burger.
Yes, yeah, I know.
Some of the food
Jason Kelsey actually tried it on camera.
Oh, I bet he would. He's a millionaire. That's nothing to him. I would.
Yeah, to him, that's a donation to the Salvation Army.
Yeah, imagine being a Patriots fan having to spend that much money, eat a burger, and then watch your team lose at the same time. Ouch, that's a rough night.
I know.
I mean,
I felt bad for John Bon Jovi.
a Giants fan having to introduce the Patriots.
Oof.
I know. I felt bad for him. I know he didn't have a nice day at all. So,
Well, it's
but
his life.
anyways,
It's his
yeah,
life.
it's his life.
But I tell you what was cool with Seattle coming out to Alice in Chains' Man in the Box. That was really cool.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And by the way, we got to talk about too.
Oh, real quick, this just hit me too. Real quick, sorry. The fact that Jason Myers made Super Bowl history with 5 field goals and arguably could have been the MVP.
Oh yeah. And then
Go ahead.
what about this? What about let's talk about, since Kevin, we know we love that NBA baby. Let's talk about we talked about it earlier, Steven, you and I did, but I want to get Kevin's thoughts on the 2 fights that broke out last night.
Oh yeah.
We will in just a second, but Steven, I want to say real quick, good thing you missed the beginning of NXT. Because he was going to say, Booker T was saying, "Oh, I'm not going to do anything. I'm going to let Joe have his moment." 5 seconds later, wave your hands in.
Oh dear God, dude! If I had that
Literally.
live feed on my feed, I would have blown a gasket.
Steven's favorite commentator all time, Booker T.
Go fuck yourself. But Kevin, what are your thoughts on the 2 fights that broke out last night in the NBA? The first one with Isaiah Stewart with the Hornets and the Pistons, and then the second one with Naz Reid.
Honestly, I can say at least for the Pistons and Hornets one, I'm not even surprised. It's Isaiah Stewart. It's a less talented version of Draymond Green out there. I mean, where he's at, there's gonna be a brawl. It's gonna be a 10-round fight wherever he's at. So, it's the NBA. Yeah, a temper's flare. People get disrespected. I mean, they're still grown men at the end of the day, and there's gonna be some haymakers thrown.
Little did we know there was going to be 2 fights in the Pistons Hornets game last night.
Yep. Jesus Christ.
That looked like a Pier 6 brawl in WWE. I mean, it was crazy.
Yeah, it started to look like, how in old wrestling, how the shows used to end with an all-out brawl between the rosters fighting out. There's like 100 people fighting it. That's what it looked like. They were all fighting everywhere. But yeah, speaking of the Hornets, I'm really surprised that speaking of the trade real quick, that they got all them fucking guards. They got like 7 guards now. Are they planning on getting rid of Melo or something this offseason? Because they got so many damn guards. I mean, they're winning. They're on a 10-game winning streak right now, I believe.
Bulls have 10 guards and 9 picks for next year, so that tells you something.
Well, all small lineup. Steve Kerr might be coaching that team with all them damn guards. He would be proud.
Especially since Billy Donovan's going to probably end up without a job this year.
Oh, yeah. Steve Kerr going to love to go there. He's going to have a 6'3" guard at center like he does in Golden State.
But, yeah, there was 2 fights that broke out yesterday. There was... Did anybody check out any of the flag football game?
I did
very little.
I checked it out, and it was actually really, really fun. It was actually fun content.
Yeah,
the Pro Bowl. I watched a little bit of it. I watched the highlights.
It was fun. It was real fun because while they were having fun playing the game and switching out, it was kind of funny seeing quarterbacks become running backs and wide receivers and doing trick plays and stuff like that, just having a good time. It was also cool. It was also cool in a way because these guys were giving it their all, though, when they were playing. Like, when they were going for touchdowns and everything, they weren't just fucking around. They were speeding past their opponents. I forget who it was who dove for a touchdown by the pylon.
And before halftime, but they didn't get it, so it just went to half. That was cool. Yeah, I like the effort.
Yeah, the effort was great. I mean, is it the football we know and love? No. but this is obviously what we're going to look for in the Olympic Games coming up in 2028. And if this is what it looks like, I'm genuinely excited to watch. I'll definitely be paying attention to the men's USA team because you're going to have some of those guys like your Joe Burrows, your Patrick Mahomes, and your guys like even maybe a Caleb Williams or a Jalen Hurts or somebody like that.
Yep.
Hell, Brock Purdy. You never know. To see those guys out there along with offensive defense, it's going to be cool to see like an all-star team made out of some of the best players in the fucking world from the world of American football.
Yeah, and it was also good to see the fat boy from Denver, the offensive lineman, catch 2 touchdowns too. You don't see that often, so
Yeah,
we
we love our fat guy touchdowns.
And there was even a moment in there where it got so competitive that Jalen Ramsey forgot he was playing flag football and he just clothesline clocked somebody at the goal line, just ran them slap out of bounds. I said, you know what? Fuck it. Then it was pretty cool. You know what I thought was pretty cool, though? There was one play that stood out to me that I really thought was awesome. Jamar Chase was playing DB for I don't know why he was at corner, but he had a one-handed behind his back interception, ran back for a touchdown. That was sick.
Cool.
I will gotta say that's pretty damn sick. To be in a little exhibition game, a one-hand snag behind his back, ran it back for a touchdown. I say, you know what? That is why you put wide receivers as safeties in this game. Shit, they can catch.
Mm-hmm.
You're always told that the corners and safeties are just wide receivers with no hands.
Yeah, it's basically corners and safeties are that unless your name is Nashon Wright. But
Ouch.
Yeah, unless your name is Nashon Wright, then you do have hands and you have the lead with 6 interceptions the whole season at your position. So but anyways, dude, it was a lot of fun, and but the only question I have, and this is a serious question, is with it being a flag football game, if a flag were to fall off the dude's uniform while he's running, would that be a flag on the play?
No, that'd be a legal procedure.
I know
it'd still be a flag.
I know that was a reach, but you know what? I tried.
It's a flag. It's a legal procedure.
Ineligible man downfield.
Eligible man downfield.
Ineligible man downfield. His flag came off him. That's a 5-yard penalty.
Y'all ever seen them I'll say this now. I got to get off here. Y'all ever seen the referees that are really such a buzzkill to the home team? Them referees look. They'll be like, I seen one on YouTube. He said, "The result of the play is a touchdown. However, there was holding on the offense." And then he'll be like, "But that penalty's declined. There was holding on the defense, but because the holding occurred on the defense, the offense gets punched," or some crazy shit like that.
Yeah, like when like
Detroit and Pittsburgh, they said the result of that play was a touchdown. However, there was offensive pass interference. I'm like, damn, that's a way to get the crowd cheering. And then they're like, what? Oh, yeah.
Dude, if all teams that happened that would happen to Detroit, the Bills, the Jets.
I've seen one. It was like the referee's wildest calls. They said, the fumble was fumbled in the end zone, recovered by the offense, was going to be a touchdown, but before he could fall down, he then fumbled, recovered by the defense, who then fumbled and kicked it out the end zone, resulting in a touchback.
Who is it, Sean Hockley or Ed Hockley?
It was one of them clowns. I said, you know what?
Oh, my God. That is tremendous.
It's about as funny as what's the guy from the NBA calling travels? Damn, what's that dude? The guy with gray hair. He's the funniest damn referee I ever seen. Damn, I can't even think of his name. He's
back in the day?
No, he's still refereeing here up in the last couple of years.
Oh, is it damn it. Scott,
it might be.
Scott Foster, right? Scott Foster?
Hold on, let me see. I think it is. No, that's the white guy.
Yeah.
It was the black guy with gray hair.
Is it I think he's refereed to like conference finals and stuff like that and NBA.
Damn, what? It ain't Tony Brothers. It's
That's who I thought it was Tony Brothers.
no, he's was it Bill Kennedy?
It might be.
Anyway, the guy's hilarious. He's like, he had one where he was reviewing the camera on a thing, and somebody just walked in the front row or walked right by him. He just looked up, what the fuck? Okay. I said, you know what? That's the fun. But but speaking of the NBA, before I get off, how are you guys liking the NBA on NBC presentations?
Man, it brings me back to being a kid.
I think it's awesome.
Yeah.
And still get to watch Chuck and Shaq and Kenny and Ernie on there. That's pretty fun.
Yep.
But anyway, guys, I'm about to hop off here.
Later, dude.
All right,
Great
man.
job.
Sir, it was good talking Super Bowl and NBA with y'all, and hopefully I'll be on next week.
All right, man.
All right, peace, everybody.
Later, man. Let's see here. I'm trying to figure out some things here.
Hilarious.
Yeah. Let's see. Obviously, there was the Super Bowl 61 logo that dropped the other day. Fans having their own theories about it. I'm not going to have my theories because I'm going to leave it alone. Steven, let's end the show the way we know how, and that is with a top 5 listed today. It is the top 5 sports moments of the 2025. It's an early 2026, shall we say, season.
Oh yeah, and there was a lot of good moments that took place in the last year. Plus, I mean, lots of good stuff. I guess I'll get things started.
Go ahead.
So I have the Iceman, Caleb Williams, touchdown to DJ Moore to beat Green Bay in the regular season to clinch a playoff spot for Chicago. That was great. I would have to say that crazy ass 2-point conversion by Seattle against the Rams to tie the game. That's right up there because that was one of the best games of the NFL last year. Also, Ovechkin making NHL history, the all-time goals leader. Can't forget about that. Also, the Thunder, or no, I'll go with Halliburton's game winner against the net, his game winners in the playoffs, whether it be against Cleveland or against Milwaukee, or even better, that shot that tied the game against the Knicks. And also that game winner that he had against the Thunder. So, I mean, I can't pick one over the other because Tyrese's game winners or shots that tied the game were just so crazy back then, when giving Indiana that crazy ride last year in the postseason. And number one, no questions asked, it is the entire series of the Dodgers and the Blue Jays going the distance in 7 games. 7 glorious games. Just so many big plays, double plays, home runs, defensive stops. 18 innings, and we witnessed it, my friend, with Freddie Freeman walking off the Dodgers, beating Toronto in game number 3. What a crazy game.
Let me tell you.
Game two.
Yeah, let me tell you. That was November, December, 4 months ago, and I'm still not recovered from that.
Yeah.
I've been on sleeping pills ever since.
It's the greatest sports series, arguably, in a long, long time.
All right, you hit all 5 years?
Yes, I did.
All right, number 5 for me was the return of Amanda Lioness Nunez. When it was announced that she was returning to the Octagon only a couple weeks after her induction into the UFC Hall of Fame. The former 2-time champion and the first woman to retire double champion. the woman who retired Ronda Rousey from the world of MMA, decided it was time for her to come back. Unfortunately, the fight didn't happen just at the start of this year because of an injury to her opponent. But you know what? She's ready to fight, and she's ready to cut, and she's ready to prove why she is a Hall of Famer. And that's number 5. Number 4, I would have to say would be that's a tough one, but I have to go with that game 3, the 18 innings. What an insane night. Those we kept running it back like Jey Uso in his entrance, man. He just kept running it back. No matter how many times we wanted to just go to bed. All the times we wanted to go to bed. Guess what? We never did. We were up till 2:45 in the morning Eastern time for a beautiful 6.5-hour game. In freaking sanity. At number 3, of course, you knew this was going to be on the list. The epic touchdown to send the game into overtime between the Rams and the Bears. Caleb Williams step it back.
Oh my God, yes.
In that cannon of a throw, and he knew that it was going to land in the hands of Cole Kmet. And it did, right in the back, near the back of the end zone. And that was it. Unbelievable. Went from losing that game to tying it up and sending it into OT in front of that rabid Chicago crowd. Number 2. This one was a little bit harder because obviously it could have been number 1. As far as a sports moment, for me, it would have to be actually number 2 is the you know what, number 2, I'm going to give it to Super Bowl. The reason why, I love a defensive battle. Number 2 is reason why I put it at number 2 is because of one reason. The rebirth of Sam Darnold. I'm beyond happy for that guy. He went through hell for 8 seasons, up and down, injuries, trades, releases, seeing ghosts, whatever you want to say. The man came back. He lived through hell, came back, and now he's a Super Bowl champion. And that is amazing. And at number 1, of course, and I'll start it up by saying the best phrase, the only phrase that I know that rings true through the echoes of eternity. Fuck the Packers. When the Bears won that game in overtime, first with a game-tying touchdown to Ja'Day Walker on the right side of the end zone, and then that unbelievable throw to DJ Moore in overtime to beat the Packers for the second time this year and send them home. Just what an excellent moment. One of my favorite moments of the year. To me, the star-making moment of Caleb Williams' career. Ben Johnson living up to his term of saying beating the Packers two times a year. And the man, and to me, and I will say this as a final note, fuck Mike Vrabel. Ben Johnson should be head coach of the year at the fucking NFL honors.
But yeah, that's my list. I agree with that. And you know, I think Ben Johnson should have had more votes. I think that Kyle Shanahan should have had more votes. Because come on, man, like you cannot deny what how good Ben Johnson was in his first year in Chicago and what Kyle Shanahan had to deal with San Francisco and all those damn injuries, man. Like it's insane.
Yeah, man, it's crazy. But speaking of the NFL honors, got to send some congratulations to the Walter Payton Man of the Year and the Offensive Player of the Year. Actually, no, he was Offensive Player of the Year, and that would be Christian McCaffrey, right?
Yes. And Walter Payton of the Year award was
Christian was comeback of the year.
Comeback, yeah, and Bobby Wagner was Walter
Bobby
Payton.
Wagner was Walter Payton Man of the Year.
And also, congratulations to the 2026 Hall of Fame class, Adam Vinatieri going in. Finally overdue, Roger Craig going in. Larry Fitzgerald, one of the greatest wide receivers to play the game, going in. Also, one of the best quarterbacks, Drew fucking Brees, going into the Hall of Fame. And the final recipient of going into the Hall of Fame,
Luke Kuechly.
Luke Kuechly, yes.
Of course the legendary Carolina Panthers player, one of the best in that organization's history. And back to the other NFL honors, definitely want to send a congratulations to Caleb Williams and DJ Moore for winning the AWS Next Gen Stats Moment of the Year for that epic touchdown against Green Bay. And also congratulations to the inaugural recipient of the Protector of the Year Award, an award that is given to an offensive lineman for their effort of keeping the quarterback protected and blocking and defending. And guess what? That award was fought for by none other than Deion Dawkins, who fought to get that award to become a thing now. And Joe Thuney of the Chicago Bears in his 10th season wins the inaugural award. Congratulations to Joe Thuney on winning the inaugural Protector of the Year. And just overall, a great, great show. I mean, tonight with us. And, what more can you have? Unfortunately, football is officially done for now. So just precursor, our shows may get a little bit shorter depending on the NBA, depending on MMA. Oh, there is one news story that we forgot to talk about.
Oh, yeah?
The Detroit Tigers have announced
yes, you're right.
For one more season, Justin Verlander is back.
The man who won World Series with the Astros is returning to his home of Detroit. This is really, really cool. And the Tigers had a hell of a season last year in Major League Baseball, making it to the playoffs and almost making it to the next round. What a great run they had last year. And the fact that one of the best pitchers in the game, Verlander, is returning to his sacred home of Detroit. It's going to be a great time for Detroit fans. One more time.
Absolutely. One more time. Welcome back, Justin Verlander. Please, more Kate Upton on my screen, please. But that's here, there. Let's end the show properly. I don't have anything else. Do you have anything?
No, I do not. What a great show.
Absolutely. Steven, close it out, my friend.
Yes, what a great show. Thank you to Kevin for joining us here tonight. Lots of great topics tonight. NBA trade deadline. Of course, we finally got around to doing our top 5 sports moments of 2025. In a few weeks, we will do our top 5 NFL games, and that's going to be a hard list to put on because there was a lot of great games throughout the season last year, and obviously March Madness coming up next month. The NBA season is going to be pausing for the next couple of days or so because of the All-Star break in Los Angeles, and the NBA second half of the year kicks off next week. And looking forward as the year progresses to bringing you guys even more fun topic-driven shows. Like we'll revisit our fantasy football teams if it was professional wrestlers. That'll be fun to do again. Obviously, maybe we'll do some other fun-driven top, 5 lists, favorite quarterbacks, receivers. Who the hell knows what we'll do? We'll figure out some fun-driven topics to do throughout the season. Heading into the season, before the season. Just lots of great stuff, throughout the year we're going to be doing this year. You can follow us on Twitter or X at Owen_Sports Show, Facebook.com/TheNationSportsShow, and also where we are live on most Tuesday nights on YouTube.com/TheNationSportsShow. And also don't forget to follow The Nation's Corner on Twitter or X at Nation's Corner. Everywhere else is Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube are all at The Nation's Corner. Lots going on in the world of wrestling. Elimination Chamber is vastly approaching in Chicago. Qualifying matches happening the rest of the week. TNA Impact is back this week. AEW is heading in to Grand Slam Australia this week, and Dynamite is tomorrow, and going to be interesting to see what happens with that. And as the week progresses, going to be a lot of interesting things to see what happens in the world of wrestling. And again, rest in peace to the late great Brad Arnold. Our thoughts, our prayers, our condolences go to him, his family, his friends that are mourning the loss of a great human being. And just a great show with you guys here tonight. And looking forward to being back on next week as we recap the latest news in the NFL, the NBA, and whatever the hell we else get into. And with that being said, Ezra, wrap us up, my friend.
Absolutely, man. What a show tonight. Thank you guys for joining us. Yes, there will be a top 5 Steven Rants countdown coming up soon. So please fair warning and pay attention. Because trust me, there's a lot. So we could have that as a joke. No, I'm just kidding. But we thank you guys for joining us. We appreciate it. We're glad we were able to fill the show up with some great topics, great discussion from our good friend Kevin Rory. Hopefully Joey will be back with us next week. He was a little under the weather today, so we wish him best. Hijacker, of course, is busy with his cigar shop. And, of course, Smoke in the Bay. Follow him at Smoke NTHABAY. If you want great ideas on cigars, you want flavor profiles on them, look no further than our boy Hijacker Mike at Smoke in the Bay. Also want to plug Too Sweet Cosplay across all socials. Within the next couple weeks, we'll be having some news about C2E2. More details will be coming as soon as what our plans are going to be. So stay tuned at Too Sweet Cosplay for all your cosplay and pro wrestling needs. And speaking of pro wrestling, just wanted to throw this out real quick. If you are in the South Bend area, and this also applies to sports, if you are in the Northern Indiana area on August 20th, definitely head to Four Winds Stadium. This is a small best baseball stadium, where the minor league team for the Chicago Cubs, the South Bend Cubs, play. Well, they're going to be having a pro wrestling night, which will take place August 20th. They'll be having a great game and wrestling matches before and after the game, courtesy of Revolution Championship Wrestling. And joining this party, this little event, will be none other than 5-time NWA World Heavyweight Champion and current general manager of Monday Night Raw, Adam Pearce. Tickets are only $55 minus tax. And not only go to the game, watch the wrestling, enjoy some good grilled hot dogs and hamburgers, get yourself a drink, snacks, but also the ticket includes a meet and greet with Scrap Iron himself. So definitely.
Oh, real quick, as we missed something, the potential move.
Oh yeah,
of Chicago with the Bears.
Real quick, we'll get this in, and that is that. It has been pretty much almost confirmed at this point, even though they say it's pretty close to finalizing details that'll move the Bears to Arlington Heights, Illinois, leaving Soldier Field. But there has been a offer that has been placed for a rent-free dome stadium that is not funded by the public. That is from my hometown of Portage, Indiana. My hometown, our mayor, Austin Bonta, met with the Chamber of Commerce, and they have decided to put in an offer to bring the Bears to one of Porter County's biggest cities. It's insanity. And possibility it could happen, I don't know. But right now, we'll find out more details very soon. As a matter of fact, our mayor, Austin Bonta, will be hosting a press conference tomorrow to discuss more about this decision to put an offer down on getting the Bears to come to my neck of the woods. We will see. So that's all I have on that. That's all I can say for right now. There are areas in Portage that they could do possibly. There are some good areas, so I'm excited for that. But I wanted to bring that up real quick. And finally, we can end the show with this. For Kevin Rory, or Joey Thornton, or Hijacker Mike, Stevie Wyand, and everybody in the Sports Show Nation, I am as a Vickery. We will see you all next week with our Nation Sports Show. Same time, same YouTube channel. Peace out, and we will see you all next time. Have a great night.
Turn me up. Turn me up. Turn me up. Turn me up.
Thanks for watching this week's featured presentation of our Nation Sports Show.